Ever wondered how Nothosaurus compared to other marine reptiles of its time? Well, let's dive into the fascinating world of this prehistoric creature. Hailing from the Triassic period, the Nothosaurus was a unique marine reptile that lived approximately 250 million years ago. Its habitat was largely coastal waters, where it hunted for food. One look at Nothosaurus, and you would immediately notice its long, slender body, a feature that allowed it to glide through the water with ease. But perhaps its most distinctive characteristic was its mouth, filled with needle-like teeth, perfect for catching slippery prey. And let's not forget its webbed feet and long, flexible neck, evolutionary adaptations that made it a proficient swimmer and an efficient hunter. These features set the Nothosaurus apart, making it a unique player in the prehistoric marine world. Now that we know a bit about Nothosaurus, let's see how it stacks up against other marine reptiles of its era. Plesiosaurs, another marine reptile that shared the seas with Nothosaurus, but how did they differ? Let's dive into it. The plesiosaurs were generally larger than the Nothosaurus, with some species reaching lengths of up to 45 feet. They also boasted a long, flexible neck, unlike the Nothosaurus, whose neck was shorter and stouter. These differences weren't just for show. The plesiosaurs' long necks allowed them to snatch up fish and squid while keeping the rest of their bodies hidden, an evolutionary trick the Nothosaurus didn't possess. Speaking of diet, while the Nothosaurus was an opportunistic feeder, plesiosaurs were specialized hunters, their diets consisting mainly of fish and squid. But it's not all about the differences. Both these marine reptiles had flippers for locomotion and shared a similar streamlined body shape, perfect for slicing through the water with ease. Despite their differences, Nothosaurus and plesiosaurs were both well adapted for their aquatic lifestyles. But what about the ichthyosaurs? Ichthyosaurs, the fish lizards, were contemporaries of Nothosaurus. So, how do they compare? Well, let's dive in, shall we? Ichthyosaurs and Nothosaurus were both marine reptiles, but their body shapes were vastly different. Ichthyosaurs had streamlined bodies, similar to modern dolphins, while Nothosaurus had a more elongated body with a long neck and tail. This difference in body shape impacted their propulsion methods. Ichthyosaurs' powerful tails and flippers allowed for high-speed swimming, whereas Nothosaurus relied on its webbed feet for a slower, more methodical approach. When it comes to feeding strategies, ichthyosaurs had conical teeth perfect for grasping slippery prey, and their large eyes suggest they hunted in deep, dark waters. Nothosaurus, on the other hand, had long, sharp teeth for snatching fish and squid near the surface. Ichthyosaurs' dolphin-like features represent unique evolutionary adaptations, but don't discount Nothosaurus. Its own set of adaptations made it a successful predator in its own right. While ichthyosaurs may have been more dolphin-like, Nothosaurus had its own set of adaptations that made it a successful predator. Stay tuned for our final comparison. We've compared Nothosaurus to plesiosaurs and ichthyosaurs, but what conclusions can we draw from these comparisons? Well, it's clear that each of these marine reptiles had a distinct set of adaptations that allowed them to thrive in their respective environments. Nothosaurus, for instance, was a unique and versatile predator. Its long, slender snout and sharp teeth made it a formidable hunter, adept at catching quick, elusive prey. Unlike the plesiosaurs, which relied on their long necks and powerful flippers for hunting, or the ichthyosaurs, which evolved a dolphin-like body for fast swimming and hunting, the Nothosaurus was a master of stealth and precision. These differences underscore the diversity and adaptability of life during the Mesozoic era. Each creature, in its own way, found a niche to survive and thrive in, painting a vibrant picture of life beneath the ancient seas. Nothosaurus, with its own unique adaptations, stood its ground against other marine reptiles of its time. Remember, in the game of evolution, it's not always the biggest or the strongest that survive, but those who adapt best to change.